Here are some of the notable taxes Nana Addo introduced since 2017. 3% VAT flat rate. 5% increase in VAT. Make Get Fund and Inhale levies taxes. 25% increase in corporate tax. 2% special import levy. 1% COVID levy plus 3% VAT equals 4%. 1% COVID levy on 2.5% NHIL levy. 5% fiscal stabilization levy. 5% financial sector cleanup recovery levy. And now we have the 1% e-levy. Next up, there's a 20 pence levy on a litre of petrol or diesel. Also, there's a 10 pence sanitation or BORLA levy on a litre of petrol or diesel. There's an 18 pence levy on LPG. And there's a 2.5% increase in VAT. Oh, and don't forget about the luxury vehicle tax. There's a 50% increase in the cool tax. And well, there's also a 30% increase in the energy sector levy, often referred to as ESLA. Additionally, there's an 11% increase in the special petroleum tax. Wow, a 200% increase in BOST margin. And next, a 40% increase in the price stabilization and recovery levy. Lastly, we have a 25% increase in the primary distribution margin. So, there has been a 36% increase in the Unified Petroleum Price Fund. Quite a significant change, isn't it? Now let's talk about the road fund increase. This is another important development we need to discuss. And finally, there's a 10% withholding tax on betting, lottery, and similar activities. This is something that will affect quite a few people. So there's a 20% increase in tax on betting companies. And moving on, a 35% increase in income tax. Finally, a 3% and 10% withholding tax on assets and liabilities. Well, there's a 25% increase on tax on gifts and gains, and profit before tax levy on companies, plus a 5% tax on companies declaring losses, tax on motor vehicle benefits, 1.75% tax on bank transfers, 1.75% tax on remittances, also known as the BORGO tax. So there's been a 15% increase in government fees. And, get this, a 35% increase in corporate tax on mining companies. Oh, and don't forget a 22% corporate tax on hotels. And now let's talk about the excise duty for owning a car, motorbike, and so on. Next up, we have the 1% stamp tax. Moving on, there's the 35% payroll tax, also known as PAYE. Lastly, we need to cover the customs and excise duty on a variety of products. This includes sachet water, bottled water, malt drinks, beers, wines, spirits, cigars, plastic products, textiles, and many more.